Welcome into The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Chiefs football.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
And your home for Royals baseball.
Fastball hit high in the air, deep left field, way gone into the bleachers. A two-run homer for Bobby Witt Jr.
Watch The Drive by subscribing on our YouTube channel or listen on demand with the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This show is always going to stand on principles. Dippin' Dots are incredible. Red Lobster is the best restaurant that America has to offer, and baked beans are trash.
You're listening to Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan. Here's C-Dot.
Let's do this. Another day, another dollar, another edition of The Drive. You were listening to The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, 96.5thefan.com, and also the Odyssey app. My name is Carrington Harrison. Excited to be here. We are finally here. The World Cup is scheduled to kick off here in Kansas City coming up in about 5 hours. Argentina, the defending World Cup champion, they look to defend their title starting today in Kansas City. We got a lot to get into in today's show. We are going to talk about Brendan Sorsby. We have a conclusion. Brendan Sorsby is not going to play college football this season. He is off to the National Football League. Eventually, the pressure became too much for Texas Tech, and the two sides have agreed to mutually part ways. We're going to talk about Cam Jordan. He is off the board. We have spent a lot of time on this show over the last couple of weeks discussing Cam Jordan. He has announced that he is going back to the New Orleans Saints, and he is entering the final year of his NFL career. We were right there. We almost had him. We'll talk about what this potentially means for the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashee Rice was released from jail, and we have video of it, and boy, is it something that you need to see. There's a lot to get into in today's show. We are going to start with the World Cup. We'll get to that momentarily, but first, I need you guys to do me a couple of favors. Number one, I need you listening to The Drive each day at 2 o'clock right here on 96.5 The Fan. Number two, I need you to tell one friend to check out the show. I would greatly appreciate it. And number three, and most importantly, I need you to go stop by and see our friends over at The Other Place. If you are looking for a place to watch the soccer game later today, you're looking for a place with an incredible special. It is a Tenderloin Tuesday, one of the best deals in the city. If you're looking for a place to watch a little bit of baseball, watch a little bit of soccer, hang out, the weather is absolutely beautiful. Summer is in full effect. You want to have yourself a cold drink, sit out on the patio, watch a little bit of soccer today, kick back after a tough day at work, then look no further than our friends over at The Other Place with 5 locations all around Kansas City. This is where I would like to begin today's show. It is taking you back to a story. This is the story. I will never forget this 24-hour period of my life. After the Kansas City Royals win their World Series back in 2015, I lived downtown, and I remember going on a walk. I don't really know why I went on a walk this day, but I go on a walk. And I remember seeing them put up the little barricades, and I just didn't really have an understanding of what was about to happen. I obviously knew that there was going to be a parade, but I had never seen a parade before. I'd only seen them on television. They had just been an idea, a concept, but it was never something that I could physically touch, go to, attend. So as I'm seeing them put all of this up, I really had no understanding of what was about to happen. And I'll never forget that next morning, it is very loud outside at a very early part of the day, at a time in which it's not really that loud. My body just wasn't used to it. And I remember getting up, and I remember opening up the window and looking outside, and I just remember how many people there were at this time of day, and I knew that I had never seen anything like that before. I kind of got that same feeling yesterday with the World Cup. 24 hours ago on this show, I told you guys, hey, it's obvious that the World Cup is here. You could see it, you could feel it, you could smell it, but I didn't really know if its handprints were really all over the city. Yeah, that changed pretty quickly. You saw what the Argentina fans did? Have you seen the line to get into Fan Fest right now? This is something I have never seen before. I love Kansas City with my whole heart. And one of my favorite things to do is share our city and share our community with people who are not from here, that don't fully know how incredible Kansas City is. There's a large group of people that are in Kansas City that will never come back. This is their one time coming to Kansas City. So what I want more than anything is for those people to leave with a positive experience and go back to wherever they are from and tell people what we already know, is that Kansas City is a special and incredible place. I feel like Kansas City did that yesterday. I want to play for you guys the news story from Channel 9 News as the fans from Argentina absolutely filled up Mill Creek.
Everywhere you look, you can feel it. The energy from Argentinian football fans.
It's great. It's like being at home. You know, we got so many Argentinians. We're taking over the city.
Taking over the Plaza's Mill Creek Park. These fans came to KC from Argentina and all over the world.
There's no word to explain what we feel about Argentina. It's something that you have to feel. This singing.
By plane, car, or walking for 6 months, like our friend with the World Cup trophy here.
6 months.
Fans made it to KC by any means. As for how fans think the team will do in this year's World Cup, well, that's easy to guess.
For Messi to have another World Cup, it will be just great.
Now the party here goes until 11 o'clock tonight, but then after that tomorrow, it's all game day. It's soccer time, so they're going to focus on that tomorrow and enjoy it. 11 at Crossroads tonight. Jackson Kurtz, KBC 9 News.
I know that soccer is maybe not your cup of tea. Maybe it's not your bag. I'm not here to tell you that I'm the biggest soccer fan in the world. But what I do feel very passionate about, what I do care about, is Kansas City putting its best foot forward on not just a local or national scale, because it's done that before. We've hosted all-star games before. We've hosted AFC championship games, the World Series. Those are national events. This is a worldwide international event. And there have been a lot of stories about whether it's hotels or how many people are actually here or 20% automatic gratuity. There have been a lot of those stories that we have shared about the World Cup. But what I think is really, really important to share, and what I think the lasting memory is going to be over these next 6 weeks while the World Cup is here, is last night was really cool. It was cool to see this city highlighted on that stage, to see people who maybe couldn't find Kansas City on a map, had no real understanding of what they were getting into, here enjoying our city, out and about, having a good time. That's really cool to me. That will be the lasting memories from this thing. Seeing downtown Kansas City going to be filled with people who are celebrating our city, celebrating this event being here. People are going to be down at Power and Light. There is a very tangible energy about the World Cup being here. There is a very tangible buzz about the World Cup being here. I honestly think in some ways we have gotten the best of both worlds. Rob, did you have any problem getting into work today? I mean, you were in Kansas City, but it really is, if you want to stay out of the World Cup mix, it really isn't that hard to stay out of the World Cup mix. But if you want to be in the mix, I think we now know exactly where you need to go for that to be the case. They were all over downtown. They were all over the plaza yesterday. If you want to go see and feel and experience what the World Cup means and how important it is to be here in Kansas City and celebrate that we have the opportunity to host 6 of these events, it is only going to get bigger. We got 3 more games in the group stage. We got 2 more single elimination games. So if you think the passion is there right now for these group stage games, imagine what it's going to be for essentially what are soccer playoff games. Hey, if you lose this game, you're done. You're going back home. There is no tomorrow at this point. So yesterday, seeing it for myself, seeing the passion that is around Kansas City, seeing how Kansas City showcase itself, seeing the celebration of soccer, these people being here, our city on the national stage, I'm sorry, It was really, really cool to see, and it gave me that same feeling of what it was like to see a championship parade. Yes, the championship parade is ours. It's celebrating our community. This is celebrating our community too. The fact that we are enough on a world stage to even be given this opportunity. Think about how many incredible cities there are in America. Not everybody gets this experience. They're not in Las Vegas. They're not in Chicago. There's some world-class international cities. Denver does not get this experience. So to be a part of it, I feel honored. I think it's really cool. I'm really excited for today's game. I'm really excited to see Argentina and maybe the most famous human being in the world in Kansas City later today, playing what should be his last World Cup, and seeing him play on that stage in our stadium, in a stadium that we all have a lot of memories in and a lot of closeness to. And this is one of the coolest things that has ever happened at Arrowhead Stadium. Coming up on the other side, we're going to be joined by Mackenzie Nelson. She is going to be at the game later today. She is with KSHB 41 News, getting you ready for Kansas City's first ever World Cup game. That's coming up next. Keep it right here. So Drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison, the go-to show for dating advice you didn't ask for.
If you got to ask your girl to help on the bill on Valentine's Day, you've done something wrong.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5, The Fan.
As world soccer hits the big stage, take the field with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's built for fans who want more from their bet. This summer, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every moment count with 10 100% profit boosts over the first 10 tournament days. That's one profit boost per game day. So every time the world's best hits the pitch, you've got a chance to double your winnings. And every goal, every save, every result means more. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet matched every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Hey DQ fans, nothing could make Father's Day more memorable than a DQ cake. Treat Dad, aka Pops, Poppy, or Papa, to one of our delicious fudge and crunch cakes. Or get a cake in one of our other Blizzard treat flavors like Oreo cookie. Customize your DQ cake with a message that celebrates the big guy and all the wonderful things he does. Trust us, it's a lot more fun than a pair of socks or another wacky tie. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
This active storm season has made an impact on Kansas City roofs, and at Century Roofing, we're busier than ever. To keep up with demand, our award-winning team is now hiring loaders and repair technicians. We offer great pay, a strong team, immediate openings, and room to grow with our KC-based, female-owned company, trusted for over 35 years. Apply in person or online today at centuryroofingkc.com. Trust the pillars of strength.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-559-4141. That's 800-559-4141. 800-559-4141.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Join us at 96.5 The Fans World Soccer Headquarters at the Peanut in Belton on June 19th with Bink and Logan starting at 11 and kickoff at 2. Presented by Truly, the official seltzer of U.S. Soccer, and by Security Bank of Kansas City, boldly local since 1933. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Subscribe to 96.5 The Fan on YouTube to watch the show from wherever you are.
Sometimes I try to pretend like the interview we did is a live interview. This is not live. We recorded this probably about an hour ago. We'll play it here in a little bit. Rob, a couple of things that I would like to get to before we hit the Mackenzie Nelson interview. The first thing is I was just listening to the commercial break, and I wanted to ask you this. Do you know anybody who is happy with the timeshare? Like, I'm always trying to figure out how people continue to sign up for timeshares because all of the experiences that I hear seem to be very negative experiences. All of the Yelp reviews for having a timeshare always appear to be 1 star. How do people in 2026 continue to sign up for a timeshare? They don't really have great word of mouth advertising. Do you have an answer to that question? Do you have an answer to how timeshares continue? Like, I understand how you might have fallen for a timeshare back in 1986. How do you fall for a timeshare in 2026? I don't really know many people who have a positive experience. In fact, I know a lot of people who want to get out of having their timeshare more than people who want to sign up for them.
And if we're running commercials on how to get out of your timeshare, that's a sign that clearly timeshares might not be a perfect system. So, no, I have never heard anyone say, I have a timeshare and I love it. It's perfect. It is usually negative word of mouth.
Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to talk about Rashee Rice, who was released from jail earlier this morning. We'll also talk about Brendan Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby has been released from Texas Tech. He is going to enter the NFL supplemental draft. We'll see what team takes an opportunity on him. Cam Jordan is also off the board for the Kansas City Chiefs. But earlier today, I got a chance to catch up with Mackenzie Nelson. She is with KSHB 41. She is going to be at the game later today at Kansas City Stadium. We started our conversation with the last few weeks, you could feel the buzz growing and growing. Where is the buzz at right now as we are hours away from the first World Cup game?
Oh, yeah. For weeks, I feel like it's been building with all of these base camp teams, arriving in Kansas City, different times. We've got the Netherlands, England, Argentina, Algeria, all over the metro area, and fans have just been out in full force at these community trainings. And then they've, of course, had some closed trainings and stuff that we've been to. But, I mean, I didn't think that soccer was this popular in Kansas City, but from the looks of it and from all the fans that have showed up, it's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be when I heard we were going to be getting the FIFA World Cup. I will say that.
It's funny because just yesterday on the show, I said, you can tell that the World Cup is here, but it doesn't feel like the World Cup is here. It felt like a big football game. You've been here whenever Minnesota's in town or Pittsburgh is in town. There's a lot of Pittsburgh fans around, but it doesn't feel like they've really taken over the city. I think yesterday was the first time that it gave all of us a real scope of what it could be like here over the next 6 weeks. I saw a lot of Argentina fans out and about last night.
Yeah, I saw them too. I mean, they took over Mill Creek Park down there on the plaza, and I've been out and about today, and I've seen Argentina jerseys everywhere. But like you said, I feel like up until today, I've seen fans because I've gone out to the trainings or I've been at different events that, the national teams have hosted. But aside from that, if you're just out and about your normal life, you're not running into a ton of fans unless you're in specific places around town. Obviously, the Fan Fest area and then the plaza last night, but the Power and Light District too. I would say those are like the main places that we've seen a lot of fans. But outside of the area, I don't know if you're just like running into fans in your day-to-day routine or life. But last night, seeing them at Mill Creek Park was pretty cool. I mean, they just took over the plaza, and the amount of Argentinian fans that I've seen compared to Algeria is just night and day different.
Take us through the scene of what it's like. I wasn't down there, but I saw it on social media. It looked very vibrant. Like, these people seem very excited about being here. They seem very excited about watching their team. Take us through the experience last night.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to stay long. I just kind of passed through it on my way to my other assignment. But, I mean, the excitement is insane. And when you look at the other day, too, when we had the tornado sirens going off, fans were just still continuing to have fun. Like, they were in the parking garages taking cover playing soccer. Like, all these videos have been online everywhere. But nothing's going to ruin their excitement. Nothing's going to ruin their fun. And for Argentina, I mean, you have possibly the greatest soccer player of all time. Obviously, that's up for debate between whoever you are cheering for. But Lionel Messi is about to, have his 6th World Cup appearance tonight. And so the Argentinian fans, they're just everywhere, and they're having so much fun, and nothing's going to ruin this moment for them. I mean, the excitement, the experience of being in Kansas City, knowing what's at stake, they could repeat as champions for the first time. I think it'd be in like 60 years, and there's only 2 other teams that have ever done that. So I just think nothing's going to stop them. The weather, nothing. I mean, they're just so looking forward to tonight's match, and I think it's going to be great.
Right now, we're talking to Mackenzie Nelson. She is with KSHB 41. She will be at the game coming up later today, Kansas City's first World Cup game between Argentina and Algeria. You've got a chance to go to the practices. What is it like to be at Argentina's practice? What is it like to be that close to Lionel Messi?
First of all, it's insane. The amount of media that are here for Argentina, I mean, we think going to a Super Bowl is tons and tons of media or just like on another level. This is nothing I've ever seen before. The amount of media that are here, and also something that stood out is the media is allowed to wear Argentina jerseys, which completely threw me because, we would never be caught dead doing that, or we would get our credential revoked. But, I mean, it's just insane the amount of media that are here to cover this team. And then Messi doesn't do interviews. He will not be at the podium. They will give you anybody else but him. And, their practices, we only got to shoot 15 minutes of it. And they are on their own time. If practice is at 5 o'clock, don't expect them to come out at 5 o'clock. And in those 15 minutes, you may or may not see him. But we did get to see him at the training we were at. It was very cool. I mean, he even waved, said like hello to everybody. And the fact that he was that close, I think, is a little bit of that starstruck feeling. You're like, wow, okay, we've seen him though when he played for Inter Miami at Arrowhead a couple of years ago. So I've seen him before, but I've never been that close to him. And then to see the media from Argentina that cover this team and cover him often, like they look starstruck. It's just insane. And I had been to Algeria's practice. I'd been to the Netherlands, and the amount of media that was at Argentina was at least 5 times more.
What are you expecting today? Because the analogy that I'll give is I remember the first parade with the Kansas City Royals. I'd seen championship parades, but I had never experienced one. I had absolutely no clue, and it just blew my mind what that day was actually like. We've heard so much about the World Cup. We've been talking about it. We've been anticipating. I don't think any of us really fully understood the scope of what this could be until yesterday and just seeing those videos. What are you expecting going into the stadium today?
There's no tailgating. FIFA isn't allowing tailgating, so it'll be nothing like a Chiefs game when we're out there. But I do expect tons of fans lining up, cheering. We're going to hear chants and cheers we've never heard before, and I think it's just going to be a massive amount of fans taking over. Obviously, I think there will be way more Argentinian fans than Algeria, but when I was in Lawrence, Algeria did have a really good turnout. They did an open community session, and they had tons of fans come in and watch their practice. So I actually don't know, what the ratio is going to be between Algeria, Argentina fans tonight, but I do know it's going to be loud, maybe even louder than a Chiefs game. And I think what we see on TV when we watch some of these soccer matches on TV, we see just how loud it is, how I don't know how energized everybody is. I don't know the best way to describe it, but I think you know what I'm getting at. I just think it's going to be electric on a different level than what we would see on a Sunday night football game or something like that.
That is Mackenzie Nelson joining us on the show. She is with KSHB 41. She will be at Argentina, Algeria coming up later today, live from Kansas City Stadium. Have you gotten used to calling it that? It's not GEHA Field. It's not Arrowhead Stadium anymore. It is just Kansas City Stadium.
You know how many times I've had to re-record something because I call it GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium? It's like it's ingrained in our brains to say it that way after they had the naming of GEHA Field. We were told we had to say it a specific way. And now Kansas City Stadium, Dallas Stadium, Los Angeles Stadium, it's just throwing me off. I have to remember that. But I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great match. I think the energy is going to be electric. And I am just excited to get out there, but also dreading it at the same time because of all the FIFA rules. It is so much different than media on a Sunday night football game. It's going to be exciting, but it's going to be a lot for sure.
That is Mackenzie Nelson joining us on the show. Thanks, Mackenzie. Have fun at the game.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That is Mackenzie Nelson joining us on the show. She is heading to the game later today between Algeria is playing. My apologies. They are playing up against Argentina. They are playing later today. Rob, you are a big soccer fan. You are going to one of these World Cup games. How excited are you? How excited are you that the World Cup is here? How excited are you to watch the World Cup in Kansas City coming up later tonight?
I am very excited. And I will say, I was excited for the United States. I'm excited for all the World Cup. I like World Cup soccer. It feels different today than it even did Friday of last week.
It feels different now than it felt 24 hours ago.
I was the same way you were. I was keeping an eye on social media. I knew there was a gathering of fans at Mill Creek. I knew the Algerian fans would be kind of marching around Crossroads, downtown area. But the videos and the tangible buzz I felt after seeing everything last night into today. Text lines filling up with people describing different parts of the city that are filling up with different fan bases. There is a real palpable excitement, and I am caught up in the buzz of a game that I generally don't care about. It's Argentina should win tonight. They are better than Algeria. They're defending champs, all of those things. This is the kind of game in a regular World Cup setting I wouldn't care about, but this one has me very excited because of my hometown, and you can feel that there's something happening with it being in town.
Are they going to win tonight? Because can I tell you a story? Now, Rob, I am not the biggest soccer fan in the world, but Rob, you care about soccer. Soccer will be the number one talking point on sports talk radio this summer. So when in Rome, I got to do as the Romans do. So you know what that means? I've been placing some small wagers on these games. $5, maybe $10, nothing more than that. But I've been just placing a few wagers just to make the action a little bit more exciting. Now, I don't know nearly enough about soccer to be placing bets on who's going to score goals. This isn't like watching a football game. I know who's playing in the football game. I know how they score. Hey, well, this team likes to run it when they're in the red zone. Oh, this team has a great quarterback. I know what I'm talking about in football. So gambling on them to throw a little bit of a red zone fade to Devontae Adams makes sense to me. I don't know who's on this team. I know one person in today's soccer game, Lionel Messi. I don't know anybody else. So maybe there's another guy who has a chance to score, but I don't know who he is. So I can't be betting on a guy to score, and I don't even know where he is on the field. So you know what? To make these games enjoyable, I've been just trying to keep it simple. I'm betting on the winner of the game, and I'm betting on futures. I think this team's going to win the group. I think this team is going to make it this far in the tournament. I think this team is going to win. I'm just trying to keep it simple for content so I can relate to Rob. Yesterday, every game in the World Cup was a tie. This is stupid. Now, I'm not saying that ties are stupid, but what I'm saying is if I'm going to lose my bet anyway, because I bet the winner of the game and nobody won the game. I would at least like to see a conclusion. Because I'll be damned if I sit here with you guys over the next 3 weeks, the next 4 weeks, and I'm sitting here rooting for ties. I'm not watching a soccer game. It's 1-1. There's 59 minutes in the game, and I'm going to be sitting here rooting that nobody scores for the next 30-something minutes. I can't do that. I don't have it in me. I'd rather not watch if that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to continue to bet winners. I'm going to continue to bet who's going to win these games. It would just be great if somebody actually won the game. Now, this is not me trying to tell soccer how to operate. I promise you, once we get past, July 19th, I'll go back to not watching it. We'll go back to not talking about it, and we'll get back to regularly scheduled programming. But this is what we got right now. Why couldn't we do this? You get 3 points in the group if your team wins. Your team wins 2-0, you get 3 points. Why can't, at the end of the 90 minutes, we award both team a point? Hey, you deserve to get a point. You play till a draw, but why can't we now just do the shootout? And if you win the shootout, you get an extra point. Why can't we have a 3-2-1-0 format? Why does it just have to be 3-1-0? Why is 2 being disrespected the way that it is? I don't even want to read the text line because I know you guys, we can just bet on the tie. I'm not doing that. I also learned about this double chance. Now, I did not know what double chance was 3 days ago. I now know. But even for the United States, for example. So on Friday, United States either to win the game or the game end in a tie is minus 600. I'm not placing any minus 600 bets. That's stupid. I just want soccer betting to conform to how I want to bet. Is that so hard? I don't want soccer to do its own thing. You over here in America, I want you to do it the American way. We don't like ties. I don't like watching this game and not having a conclusion. I'm not rooting for ties. I'm sitting there watching the game of Rob. Rob's betting on a tie. He's happy when they don't score. I'm not participating in that nonsense.
For someone who says, I'm going to let soccer take care of soccer business, feels like you're quite literally describing changes you want to see to the sport. They're already making changes for the tournament, this goofy hydration break, commercial break nonsense.
Why are we, hold on, can I have a timeout here? And I'm sorry for cutting you off. I really want to give you time. Everything we watch has commercials. So when they started announcing this, I wasn't even really that upset about these hydration breaks. We've been playing soccer for 30 minutes. We're going to take a quick minute, go get some water, go hydrate yourself, and then we'll go back out there. I don't have any problem with these hydration breaks, but the soccer purists, the people like Rob, oh, they mad about this, which again, I don't make any sense. Everything we watch has commercials. Baseball has commercials every 8 minutes. Basketball stops repeatedly, whether it's because the ball goes out of bounds, a media timeout, we got to review something. If there's one thing I'm accustomed to is watching sports, it's stoppages. I'm very used to stoppages. So these hydration breaks, they don't even bother me. This is like phone time. This is, hey, go do something for the next 4 minutes and come back and we can resume the soccer game. Of all the complaints that I have about the World Cup, the hydration break is very low on the list.
You say we watch all these things that have breaks. Do you know what I watch that doesn't have a break?
Soccer.
I watch it on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, in the fall and in the winter.
I can't argue
I got
that.
my dark beer. I'm enjoying my EPL. And you know what happens? It's 90 contiguous minutes, and it's done. For some reason, we do it in America, and we need a water break. We need a TV stoppage. And they're late getting back to the action at times. Fox, credit to Telemundo. Fox is driving me insane with these. Now, back to your betting. Why don't you just bet tie, no draw? I mean, the no draw bets.
I don't know where that is.
Tie, no bet.
You got to explain where that is on the thing. This is my
now
first.
You can't parlay it, but
you don't understand. I don't really play I don't know enough about soccer to be betting parlays. I don't know enough about soccer. Okay, so right now, France and Senegal, where would I even click on to bet tie, no bet? Where is that even at?
You got to scroll down.
Right now, tie, no bet for France is minus 350. I'm not taking minus 350 bets. I'm not betting that.
But you don't lose if it plays through a draw.
Everybody told me this France and Senegal was going to be a lot of goals, a lot of points. There are no points in this thing.
It's been a good match so far.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There should be 2. Mbappe missed a bad one.
Yeah, always. If there's one thing I know about soccer, soccer is the most shoulda, coulda, woulda. Something exciting almost happened every single time. I'm sitting there watching it with Rob. Oh, they really dominated. How can you tell it's 0-0? No one's dominated anything. It's like watching two old drunk people fight each other. That's what it's been like. I really have enjoyed the World Cup. We're having a little bit of fun with the World Cup. But, man, you're telling me all the soccer I watched yesterday, there was no conclusion. I saw a game tie, that Cape Verde game. They were celebrating. They were thrilled that nobody won the game. Ecstatic. Can you imagine watching an NFL game and the Browns are just after Browns and Chiefs, they played a 17-17 game, and they're just hugging and jumping up and down and celebrating? No, I want you to be angry. I want you to be mad. I want you to be mad that you just played soccer for the last 90-something minutes and there is no conclusion in any of this. I want you to feel the way that I feel.
I think you're just betting it wrong. I think you need to start embracing a draw as an option. They don't need to cheer for a 0-0 draw, but a draw is definitely part of the game. It's part for what happens. Now, I'm warning you now, you're going to really hate betting the knockout rounds because technically, with how FanDuel works, if they go to a penalty kick,
that doesn't count. I know that.
Doesn't count as a win. Yeah.
I do know that. Someone said, I'm hearing CDOT is making bets and knowing a tie is a potential outcome and being upset when it happens. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know that a soccer game can tie. It's just I did all of this work and nobody won. So if I bet a team to win and you bet a team to win, both of us are mad. I don't want that. I'd rather lose. I'm already lost anyway.
Except for there's a third person who bet a draw who's not mad. I've made a little money betting some draws.
That's crazy.
Now, I lost last night. Stupid New Zealand played to a draw, but...
Yeah, I know. I had the other side. I was rooting for them. I'm like, come on, please. I was rooting for them, but it just didn't. It didn't work out that way. Not in the least bit. It did not work out that way. All right, I want to play this audio for you guys. This is Pete Thamel. He is with ESPN. He was on SportsCenter. You guys know the Brennan Sorsby news. So Brennan Sorsby was a quarterback when he was at Indiana. He placed wagers on his team while he was there. He also bet some unders. He is excited now that he can bet on the World Cup. Well, at first he was ruled ineligible by the NCAA. Then a court said that he was eligible. And then peer pressure and bullying eventually forced Texas Tech's hand. And now both sides have decided to go on their separate ways. So Brennan Sorsby is going to go off to the NFL, and Texas Tech is probably going to go off to win 9 games and lose in the first round of the college football playoff. Here's Pete Thamel of SportsCenter on why this decision happened.
This decision, Trevor, came in the wake of a slew of legal headwinds in recent days. Those included a Big 12 federal filing on Monday morning, with which the league basically asked the federal judge for the authority to invoke its own rules. The Big 12 made very clear today in a statement by its board that they felt like athletes who bet on college sports on their own team should not be able to play college sports. That's a paraphrase. And the NCAA, later in the day, in an appeal of the initial injunction that allowed Sorsby to be eligible, asked for an expedited ruling in that before football season. This flurry of legal headwinds forced Brennan Sorsby's hand a little bit. With the NFL supplemental draft deadline just in 1 week, June 22nd, it became untenable to resolve all these legal issues in that time.
I mean, ultimately, the right thing happened. The right thing happened. Every system must have some rules. Now, we talk about how college athletics are the wild, wild west. Even there is a moral code within them. They don't really care how much you pay other players. They all are tampering with other teams' players. Like, always. Nonstop. They're always talking to the player, always talking to the agent or the handler and trying to get you to enter the transfer portal. Rob, I know I've heard some crazy stories. I'm sure you've heard some crazy stories about what colleges are doing to try to entice athletes to jump into the transfer portal. You technically are not supposed to do that, but the game is the game. They have a set of ethics and code that even they follow. They know this is wrong. This is the one time they were like, you got to listen to the NCAA, bro. The NCAA told us no, and you violated it, and now you're trying to thumb your nose at it, and the pressure was so immense, eventually Texas Tech, you were going to spend your entire season fighting, and not just on the field, off the field. It was going to be miserable for Brendan Sorsby to walk into opposing stadiums, to be asked constant questions about it, other teams, other coaches, other athletic. It was going to be the story of the season. Eventually, you had to give up the fight. Texas Tech realized that. You had to do it sooner rather than later because of the NFL supplemental draft. You were going to give him a chance to play football this season. Ultimately, what was supposed to happen, happened. Brendan Sorsby is not going to play college football this year. No one's saying you can't play football ever. Go to Canada. Go to the National Football League. But you cannot be a member of the NCAA while betting on your team in games that you participated in. We all know that. That's the one rule that everybody can follow. Coming up on the other side, Rob, I got a game to play based on the World Cup today. We'll play it next. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Steak is for dads. All types of dads. Grill dads, cast iron dads, charcoal dads, all united by their love of steak. So shop in store at Omaha Steaks at the Fountains in Overland Park for the perfect Father's Day gift. From perfectly aged, oh so tender USDA certified tender steaks to hand-selected gift packages, Omaha Steaks makes it easy to give your dad what he really wants. A license to grill with a Father's Day gift from Omaha Steaks at the Fountains, or go to omahasteaks.com today for fast delivery.
Right, soccer fans, listen up. If you'd like a proper celebration, come on, you know where to go this summer. Gordon Ramsay Steak inside Harrah's, Kansas City is the place to be. Now, we're talking beautiful marble cuts, cooked to absolute utter perfection, and flavors you can't get anywhere else. Stop settling for mediocre and let me help you. Come in, sit down, and let my team show you how to cook a proper steak. Now, 21 or older to gamble, know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold. We all know this summer the world's best teams are on the pitch chasing the win. And if you're tired of watching from the sidelines, it's time to get into the game.
This is easy. Train like a pro over at Centric. Hands-on IT skills. Great instruction from coaches. Sound familiar? And, of course, a very deep employer relationship ready to put you on their roster in a job here in KC.
The clock's running. Build your skills, join the team, score your goal, and head over to Centric. Training built for the real world. Centric.com.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is out here changing the game. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off, and that means your bet goes with them. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. Your bet stays alive, keeping you in the action longer. So if you're still in it until the final whistle, Super Sub covers the entire game, including extra time. So visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Look for the yellow Super Sub icon on the game page and the My Bets page. If your player leaves the match due to substitution or an injury, your bet will automatically transfer to the substitute who replaces that player. So go to FanDuel.com/local. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Join us for Parlays and Pints with Mac Morey and Drew Nixon at Beckett's in the Crossroads on Saturday, June 20th from 3 to 5 as we broadcast live along with our friends at Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. CircusSports.com. 96.5 The Fan.
This afternoon, showers, thunderstorms, then mostly sunny, high 82.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Rob, it is time for us to play a very simple game based on the World Cup. This is what we're going to do. Rob, as you know, one of the most famous people in the world is in Kansas City right now. We're going to play a very simple game. I have the most followed people on Instagram. We are going to play Family Feud. Top 6 answers on the board. Rob, let's see how well you know Instagram. These are the 6 most followed Instagram accounts. Let's see if you can sweep the board before you get 3 strikes. All right, now, the most followed account on Instagram is Instagram. So this is number 2. These are all people. These are not brands. These are not companies. These are human beings. Rob, where would you like to start?
First off, what kind of sicko follows Instagram?
I have absolutely no clue. I don't know why you follow Instagram. I do not follow Instagram.
I'm just trying to think. You log in, you're like, oh man, I wonder what the app is up to.
I can understand even if they make you follow Instagram. You don't have to follow Instagram.
Yeah,
what kind of pictures do they post on Instagram?
This isn't like when that U2 album popped up on the iPhone.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
Like, I don't listen to this nonsense.
Okay, I'm gonna start with. I think I used to at one point. I'll start with Messi. I'll go with Lionel Messi. He's in town. He's a top 6 all-time Instagram person. Give me Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi is number 2 on the board. 506 million followers for Lionel Messi. All right, top 6 answers on the board. You have the second answer. Lionel Messi has the 2nd most followers on Instagram at 506 million.
Okay. Now, let me pivot here. I'm going to go with Timothy Chalamet's girlfriend, Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
All right.
Kylie Jenner, number 5 on the board. Kylie Jenner, 383 million followers on Instagram. Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet's girlfriend.
I'm going to stay in the Kardashian lane and go with Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian, not in the top 6. She is right outside. She is actually number 7 on the list. Kim Kardashian, number 7 on the list. 345 million followers on Instagram. Great guess. Right outside the top 6 Kim Kardashian, number 7 on the board.
I'm going to go with international star Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, not on the board. Justin Bieber is actually number 9 on the board, 287 million followers. Actually, right behind Nike. On the board. Justin Bieber, at Lil Bieber is his Instagram handle.
Okay, so
you are at 2 right now, 2 strikes. You only have 2 of the 6 most popular accounts on Instagram. You have Lionel Messi. I'm happy you got that one. That is the genesis of the game, given that he is in Kansas City. You also do have Kylie Jenner. There are 4 people left on the board for our top 6. Let's see if you can get more of them before you get another.
I'm trying to think who's been popular for a while that would be racking up Instagram followers and has both a following of men and women. That's going to be the game here. So I think Chalamet's too new. I think he's too young to have that sort of following.
Yes, Timothy Chalamet is not one of the top 6 people on Instagram.
That's
you
why
are correct.
I think Timberlake doesn't draw like that. I don't think
you're really going to kick yourself when I start to read these two.
It's going to drive me insane. Who are just some famous actresses? That's the big game here. You know what? I'll stay in a sports lane just because. I'll say Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, all right.
He is the most followed person on Instagram. 664 million followers. Cristiano Ronaldo, the most famous person on Instagram. Now, I will give you there are no more athletes on the board. I'm going to give you a little bit of help here because you already got 2 strikes. Number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo with 664 million followers. Lionel Messi, 506. Kylie Jenner, you have her. She is at 383. 3 people left, only 1 strike.
Oh, I shouldn't have gotten to this. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has to be one of the top 6.
What? Taylor Swift, not on the board. There are actually 3 people in the Kardashian family with more followers than Taylor Swift. She is at number 12 with 273 million followers. She's actually right below Kendall Jenner, who is currently at 279. Are you ready for me to give you the top 6?
I am. Okay, so Ronaldo's 1, Messi's 2, Jenner was 4. So give me the other 3.
Selena Gomez.
Yep.
Selena Gomez, 406 million followers. Wow. The Rock is number 4 on the list.
I actually would have never gotten The Rock.
The Rock is at 383 million followers. Ariana Grande is number 6 on the list. Ariana Grande, 363 million followers on Instagram. To round out the rest of the group, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, Khloe Kardashian, Justin Bieber, and Kendall Jenner. Those are the most popular accounts on the Instagram. Taylor Swift is actually 14th in followers.
I'm actually stunned by Swift being that low. I should have gotten Selena Gomez, but I'm really surprised by Taylor Swift.
Okay, I'm just here to play a quick little game. You did not win the game. Maybe tomorrow you will win the game.
I got close yesterday's game when it was, hey, how much it costs to go to FanFest? A mortgage.
You did do a really good job. Do you think that Lionel Messi is the greatest soccer player of all time? Like, I'm going to leave this to you. I only could name like 2 or 3 of these all-time guys. I know Ronaldo would be in that conversation. I imagine Pele would also be in that conversation. I have absolutely no clue who else could lay claim to being the greatest soccer player that we've ever seen. You're the soccer expert here. Who is the LeBron versus Jordan debate for football?
The LeBron-Jordan debate is Ronaldo versus Messi. Now, this is no disrespect to Pele, but it was a different time. Soccer was in a different world. He couldn't have won Ballon d'Or because they didn't give to people who weren't playing in Europe at the time. So there was a lot of moving parts. But what is LeBron versus MJ in the soccer world is Messi versus Ronaldo, and I'm very much Team Messi. He has a World Cup. He has won more Ballon d'Ors. He's won more Champions Leagues. He has more all-time goals like in the World Cup. So it is Messi versus Ronaldo is that same Stephen A versus Skip debate, but I fall on Team Messi. So he has a chance to, rise his number in all-time World Cup goals tonight.
This is, again, me asking from a place of ignorance. I don't have the answer. Is Ronaldo so much more popular on Instagram than Lionel Messi because women like how he looks?
Yes.
Because you are naming like accomplishments. Messi is by far and away the more accomplished soccer player. He is the better soccer player of the two. Do you think that the appeal for Ronaldo is the ladies think he looks good?
I have said this before, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo might have a 0% body fat. He's chiseled out of stone. So I think part of the allure is that he's going to, the same reason there are people who use Instagram to get, scantily clad women. I think there are women who use Instagram for shirtless photos of Cristiano Ronaldo and his 26 pack or whatever his insane ab system is.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, remember how last time I gave you some fun facts about Paraguay and we learned a little bit about them? Why don't we do the same thing to learn a little bit more about the two countries that are going to be competing coming up later today in the World Cup? We'll do that on the other side. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. When severe weather hits, tune in to 98.1 KMBZ for Operation Stormwatch. Brought to you by Century Roofing. Proudly voted the #1 roofing company in all of Kansas City. CenturyRoofingKC.com.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know that weird smell your AC makes when you turn it on? Ooh, you really shouldn't. Luckily, you can just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
Come score the shirt with 96.5 The Fan as we'll be in the Lightwell office building at 11th and Main in downtown KC-Mo every Wednesday between 11 and 1 during the World Soccer Championship, giving away shirts, gift cards, and more. Lightwell, managed by Area, owned by Samara Road.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-559-4141. That's 800-559-4141. 800-559-4141.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Gomer's voted KC's #1 liquor store, family owned and operated since 1969. With excellent price, selection, and service, Gomer's has helped customers find the perfect libation for any occasion for over 50 years.
When it's time to find the good stuff you're looking for, you find it at Gomer's.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Join us on June 18th at Minsky's in City Market from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for our U.S. Open watch party as Cody and Gold broadcast live starting at 10 with your chance to win an official Sun Cruiser golf bag and more. Presented by Sun Cruiser, the official canned cocktail of the U.S. Open. 96.5, The Fan.
Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Don't let your garage door fumble this summer. Score big with our Renner Garage Door Summer Tune-Up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER.
Join us on June 18th at Minsky's in City Market, starting at 10 for our U.S. Open watch party as Cody and Gold broadcast live with your chance to win an official Sun Cruiser golf bag. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Last week, when the United States was playing Paraguay, we gave you some interesting fun facts about Paraguay. This needs to be a theme over the next couple of weeks as we are watching the World Cup, preparing for the World Cup, celebrating it. To learn more about these countries, we have two countries in town right now, Argentina and Algeria. Why don't we get you some fun facts about these two countries? Rob, let's start with Argentina. Did you know the man that invented the ballpoint pen, he was living in Argentina? He came up, invented the ballpoint pen back in 1943, and they celebrate his birthday every June 29th. The man who invented the ballpoint pen, he is from Argentina. Did you know that Argentina only has one time zone? Everybody in Argentina has the exact same time. They do this because they want to keep the country unified and they want to make business, even though their country should probably have multiple time zones, but everybody has this exact same one.
So right off the jump, two quick things. One, I like the time zone thing. I mean, I get why it'd be difficult in the United States, but do you know how often I think to myself when trying to get a guest on the show, okay, this guy covers the Niners. What time is it there? So I can reach
you got
out
to do the math
person.
every time.
Hate it. Now, you said they celebrate the guy who
celebrate the ballpoint pen guy. They call it Inventors Day.
What do they do to celebrate?
Like, I don't know. Go out and write things.
I mean, I know what we do for 4th of July. We do fireworks. I know what we do for Memorial Day. We do cookouts and the pool opens. Like, I have an idea of how holidays in America works. On ballpoint pen day, what are they doing in Argentina?
I don't know. I'm just here to pass the fun facts to you. I have 25 interesting facts about Argentina. Only I am going to be the one that determines what the interesting facts are. The first murder case to be solved by fingerprints was in Argentina. Back in 1892, there was a detective who solved a murder in town using fingerprint evidence. They became the first country in the world to crack a case and find a criminal based off fingerprints back in 1892. Changed the forensic landscape. We can thank Argentina to that.
Somewhere criminals across this country hate Argentina now.
If you wanted to take a trip to Antarctica, you would have to leave from Argentina.
Really?
Did you know that?
So, like, if I'm like, hey, it's Antarctica for my summer vacation. Me and the wife are heading to Antarctica. Don't know why we are. I have to stop off in, like, Buenos Aires?
I can read you this story.
All right.
Everybody, almost everyone who goes to Antarctica has to leave from a city. I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Located at the bottom of the country. The city calls itself the end of the world. It is only about 600 miles. So a lot of the cruises that people would take to get to Antarctica, you would leave from this city in Argentina, a 600-mile trip. You would get to Antarctica. Now, I don't have any interest in going to Antarctica, but if you would like to go, you have to go to Argentina. Did you know that one of their Christmas traditions that they have in Argentina, Rob, is they have a massive pool party and they open up the presents around the pool?
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That would be tough in Kansas City.
It'd be very, very difficult to do that if that's the case. But you got to think, the seasons are inverted, so it's very
summer.
warm. So they don't celebrate inside milk, hot chocolate, Yuletide carol, and eggnog. No, the tradition in Argentina is you open your Christmas gifts around the swimming pool. Did you also know that Argentina one time had 5 different presidents over a 10-day span? 10 days back in 2011, they had 5 presidents over 10 days. Yes, 5 different presidents.
I thought you were going to tell me something like, way back in the day, there was like a bunch of 2011?
That's why I'm here to give you all the information.
You were doing this job, weren't you? Goodness gracious. That's
the last
very
fun
recent
fact that I will give you about Argentina is, Rob, what time would you consider dinner time to be in the United States? Like, what time would you say most people eat dinner?
Between 5:30 and 6:30, I think is probably a safe number. 6:30-ish probably.
Dinner time in Argentina is 10 o'clock.
That's why those bars need to be open 23 hours.
That's why I'm here to pass on the information. They consider dinner time to be 10 o'clock. What time is lunch? When do they eat dinner?
How late they sleeping in?
There's just I have a lot of questions. So, like, let's say you eat lunch at 1 o'clock. You just go from 1 all the way until 10 and you don't. What time do the restaurants stay open? Is all night?
If you're Paropos, you got to change your hours.
Yeah, they close early.
They're closing before dinner time.
Yeah, for sure. I had absolutely no clue this was the case. I'm learning about this stuff in real time, too. So that is all of the fun facts that I will share with you about Argentina. Argentina is here in Kansas City. Algeria, the other team that is here. Algeria is the largest country in Africa, and 4/5 of its country is taken up by the Sahara Desert. The hottest desert in the world.
I'm gonna say it's not like 4/5 of the country is basically inhabitable.
No, I'm just telling you, it's the largest. It's the largest country in Africa. If you knew that or not,
I did not know that actually. I actually would. If you asked me what the biggest country in Africa was, I don't think I would have ever guessed Algeria.
Well, I also have another fun fact for you about Algeria. It has snowed 3 times there in the last 40 years. That's a place I maybe need to go. A place I maybe need to consider. It'll snow 3 times in a week here in Kansas City. It has snowed 3 times over the last 40 years in Algeria.
That makes sense if the entire country is the Sahara Desert.
We need to figure out a way to get there. We need to figure out for a way that to be the case. It is the 4th largest gas exporter in the world, and 99% of Algerians consider themselves to be Muslim.
I did know that. I didn't know it was 99%. I knew it was predominantly a Muslim country. 99% is higher than I imagined. But good for them. Rock Chalk Algeria, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
Yeah,
isn't that the thing going around?
For sure.
I saw people in Lawrence, built a big flag into the lawn up there near the dorms. Like, yeah, Lawrence has embraced Algeria. So you know what? Rock Chalk Algeria.
So those are all the fun facts that I have for you today. So we can learn more about these 2 countries that are here celebrating soccer in our fine city.
Someone on the text line says Argentinian wines are fantastic. Have you ever had an Argentinian wine?
Not off the top of my head. I did see that as a fun fact. I didn't know if you were going to really consider that to be a fun fact. I didn't know if that's something that you cared about, but I did read that in my findings.
I would imagine of the 2 of us, you are the bigger wine connoisseur.
I do enjoy a nice glass of wine. I do enjoy a glass of vino from time to time.
I don't know what the equivalent. So you might have actually had some Argentinian wine.
Maybe, yeah, no, it's definitely possible that I'm just like, hey, let me get a sip of that. But no, those are the fun facts. Do you think that Algeria has a chance today? Because just on the outside looking in, you have a country in Argentina that won the World Cup the last time. They have maybe the most famous soccer player in the world, the best soccer player in the world on their team. I think a lot of people like myself are expecting a 2-0 Argentina win today. Is that what you are expecting?
I think Algeria will stick around a little longer than anticipated. If there's anything this World Cup has taught me, it's that the underdog has been feisty far more often than I previously imagined. I thought by moving to 48, we would see just a lot of what happened between Curacao and Germany, just boat races. But we have seen good competitive matches even when these lower level teams. So I think Algeria may stick around. I'll tell you this. Have you seen the video of all the flares and all the parties?
I did see that video. Yeah, I saw that.
Me and Drew have a standing bet. We are curious if we think Algerian fans will be able to sneak flares into Arrowhead tonight.
Probably.
I'm a yes. Drew's a no.
Well, probably. Do they have like a history of doing that at other stadiums?
If they score a goal, they light the flares.
They just light the flares and they start lighting things on fire.
Do I think they're going to score? Probably not. So it might
you don't
be
think they're scoring today.
It might be moot. I don't know they have the firepower to score against Argentina.
Are they going to try to score today? Because there's one thing I saw from watching these soccer things is last night, the Cape Verde, they didn't even try to. They were not trying to score. They were just trying to stop Spain from scoring. But they themselves were not trying to score. They took one. Can you imagine watching a soccer game and your team only takes one shot? They took one shot over 90-something minutes of watching them play soccer.
Cabo Verde was partying after that one shot allowed.
Thrilled. I mean, they were having the biggest party I'd ever seen.
I had no idea they had fans. I saw videos like, look at the fans in Atlanta. Look at the fans. They had fans across the country. Good for them. I think, to answer your question, Algeria will try to push forward early, but if the game gets kind of late and it's tied, then they'll start.
Oh, for sure.
They'll start bunkering. Yeah.
They're definitely packing it in. All right, this is not a gambling question. This is just so I learn, so I know who else on the Argentinian team do I need to know about. I obviously know about the one person on their team, but they have to have other players on their team that are pretty good. Like, you don't win the World Cup just having one good player on your team. Who are the other players on their team? Like, I know Jalen Brunson. Who's Carl Anthony Towns? Who's Mikal Bridges? You got to equate this to something that I know.
Just trying to equate something. Okay. So some other players to keep an eye on tonight. Now, if you're looking for a bet, I wouldn't say this is the best bet, but this is kind of what I would keep an eye on. They obviously got Messi. Julian Alvarez is a player right now who plays at, I think he's at Atletico Madrid right now. Real Madrid is trying to steal him away. He is a very good goal scorer. Martinez, I believe, plays at Inter Milan in Italy. He's a great goal scorer. He's a player to keep an eye on. Selfishly, as a Chelsea fan, I'll tell you Enzo Fernandez in the midfield is a fun player to watch. He might be leaving Chelsea pretty soon. And then Alexis McAllister, he plays at Liverpool, another top club in England. He is one of the top players to watch. They are a team that the fun talent to watch is pushing forward. They're not known for exactly defensive greatness. So I would say Argentina's offense pushing forward are the players to keep an eye on.
All right, coming up on the other side, we're going to talk about Cam Jordan. I mean, Rob is happy today. The World Cup is here. He's going somewhere to sit back, relax, and watch the game. Rob's in a good mood. While it is the exact opposite for me. I am in a bad mood. My dream, my hope, my goal for the Kansas City Chiefs was dashed today. We'll talk about it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison and Rob Brenton.
You losers is what you are.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off, and that means your bet goes with them. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. Even if your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you keep your bet alive, and it keeps you in the action for even longer. So now you're in it until the final whistle. The Super Sub covers the entire game, including extra time. This summer is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be even better with our friends over at FanDuel. All you need to do is visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Look for the yellow Super Sub icon on the same page and the My Bets page. If your player leaves the match due to substitution or injury, your bet automatically will transfer to the substitute who replaces that player. Go to FanDuel.com/local. Let there be goals this summer for the World Soccer Championship with FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This summer, grab a Truly Hard Seltzer. Light, bubbly, fruity, and make your dreams come truly. Join us for our game day watch parties on June 12th, 19th, and 25th at Peanuts locations. Truly Hard Seltzer, the official hard seltzer of U.S. Soccer. Visit Odyssey.com/965thefan for more info on watch parties. And visit TrulyHardSeltzer.com/locations to find Truly near you. Hard Seltzer Beverage Company, LLC, Boston, Massachusetts. Hard Seltzer, 5% alcohol by volume. Please drink responsibly. 21 plus only.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As world soccer hits the big stage, take the field with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's built for fans who want more from their bet. This summer, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every moment count with 10 100% profit boosts over the first 10 tournament days. That's one profit boost per game day. So every time the world's best hits the pitch, you've got a chance to double your winnings. And every goal, every save, every result means more. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet match every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Join us at 96.5 The Fans World Soccer Headquarters at the Peanut in Belton on June 19th with Bink and Logan starting at 11 and kickoff at 2. Presented by Truly, the official seltzer of U.S. Soccer, and by Security Bank of Kansas City. Boldly local since 1933.
Rob Sight Ford, KC's Ford volume leader and top rated on Google. 135th and State Line. Rob Sight Ford, your 2025 Ford volume leader. Top rated on Google with 4.8 stars and 3,000 plus reviews. The best selection, best prices, and Kansas City's best customer service. Visit Rob Sight Ford at 135th and State Line. Buy right, save big, and drive home a winner. Only at Rob Sight Ford.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Still working to crash near Bonner Springs. K7 southbound just past K32. Right lane is blocked. Near Shawnee, 635 northbound at Merriam. Right lane blocked there. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's George Karlaftis from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome to The Drive with CDOT on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, Rob. Let's go on and talk about it. It's possible that you won. I am willing to entertain that you won. You and I have been on opposite sides of an argument. I don't think it's been a serious debate by any means, but we have been on opposite sides of an argument. I wanted the Chiefs to go get Cam Jordan. You wanted the Chiefs to get a wide receiver. Well, Cam Jordan is no longer an option. Cam Jordan has decided to go back to New Orleans and has also announced that this is going to be his last season in the National Football League. Now, I'm not mad at Cam Jordan. I mean, he's only played for one organization. So it was going to be very difficult to get him out of that place. But, I mean, we just saw Mike Evans join the San Francisco 49ers. We've seen a lot of players go play their last season somewhere else and still get the one-day contract, go-home type treatment that they deserve. That will not be the case for Cam Jordan. He is only going to play for the New Orleans Saints. I bring that up because if you take a look at the Chiefs' depth chart and what they have at pass rush, it's a lot of inexperience. They have George Karlaftis, and we might have varying degrees on how good you think George Karlaftis is, but we all agree he's experienced. He's a capable, good pass rusher. Outside of that, it's Felix Anudike-Uzomah, Ashton Gillotte, R. Mason Thomas. They are very, very low on experience on that D-line, experience when it comes to getting after the other team's quarterback, and actual tangible production. Now, they're set at tackle. You got Chris Jones, you got Kyrus Tonga, Peter Woods, Omar Norman Lott. I don't expect tackle to be an issue. But if you were trying to find right now, let's say that you think Jones is going to have the highest number of sacks and you think that Karlaftis is going to be second in sacks, there is a significant drop-off between George Karlaftis and whomever you think the number 2 end is. Whether you think it's Gillotte, Mason Thomas, Felix, whomever you think it is. You got a guy who has never done it in Felix, a guy who didn't really get on the field until the second half of the year in Ashton Gillotte, and a guy who is entering his NFL career. So a significant reason of why I wanted them to go get Cam Jordan is he's proven. We're talking about a guy who has 130 sacks in his career, a guy who had 10.5 sacks last season. We're talking about a guy with a proven bona fide track record of being able to get to the other team's quarterback. He is now off the board. No crying over spilled milk. I don't think they are going to the outside now to get one of those pass rushers. And you want to talk about where the Chiefs are going to be very reliant on, and we're going to have to keep a very close eye on it. And if there is a spot on the team that in October we will be able to look back and say, yeah, I don't know. Because I think everybody should be on the same page. Yes, maybe you're excited about Ashton Gillotte. Maybe you're excited about Felix and R. Mason Thomas. You have to be seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. They have put a substantial amount of burden and responsibility on 3 guys who have just not done it. So if we get to October and we're all mad about the pass rush, and I know you guys, you're going to want to throw a 2nd-round pick at somebody or a 3rd-round pick at somebody to address that problem, the time to address pass rush was when, Rob? March and April. That was a March and April problem. You are not fixing your pass rush in week 7 if your team cannot get to the other team's quarterback.
I think what the Chiefs told us today by not signing Cam Jordan, and I haven't seen the number, but I don't think Cam Jordan signed for $27 million today. I think it is going to be a cheap contract, all things considered.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very cheap.
Or super incentive-laden, maybe both. I think the Chiefs have a lot more faith in George Karlaftis than you and the text line do. I think the Chiefs view their pass rush as we have 2 known commodities. We have Chris Jones, who we believe is still one of the best defensive tackles in football, and we have George Karlaftis, who we believe he is more first, second-year guy than he was in his 3rd year. I think they believe he is an 8 to 11 sack guy, which up until last season is basically what he was in the NFL. I think the Chiefs believe he's going to get back to that form. Chris Jones is going to be in his regular 8 to 13 sack form, and then it's kind of get in where you fit in from there. But the pillars of our pass rush just suffered down seasons. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, the Chiefs are telling you how they feel. They feel different about George Karlaftis than you and the text line do.
Yeah, I want to read this really quickly. C-Dot, I get wanting Cam on the team. I also think that Jadeveon Clowney is just as good of an option, probably cheaper. What are the odds of Cam Jordan having 10-plus sacks again? It's a very fair question. I guess what I would counter with when it comes to Jadeveon Clowney is, Jadeveon Clowney he's played for 4 different teams the last 4 years. The Chiefs have decided a long time ago they don't want Jadeveon Clowney on their team. If Clowney ends up signing with another team, that will be 2022 Browns, 2023 Ravens, 2024 Panthers, 2025 Cowboys. He has been available every single offseason. Have the Chiefs ever been linked to Jadeveon Clowney? Has he ever come to Kansas City for a visit? Has he ever spoken to Brett Veach about joining the team? Every year the Chiefs have a chance to go get Clowney, and he is never on the team. So I hear what you're saying. Clowney would make a lot of sense. Over the last 3 seasons, 9.5 sacks, 5.5 sacks, 8.5 sacks. Yes, he'd be perfect. He'd make a lot of sense to me as a proven pass rusher on the other side, a rotational piece guy with some juice, a mercenary to get to the other team's quarterback. I have no reason to believe the Chiefs are going to get Jadeveon Clowney. None. Not ever.
Does that same logic apply to Bosa too? Because he's also never, ever been connected. Now, he hasn't been a free agent as much as Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney is perpetually a free agent. But Bosa was a free agent in the past, and the Chiefs have never kicked the tires, entertained nothing. It just seems like so it goes.
I think he might be a little bit too rich for their blood. Like last year, Bosa signed a 1-year, $12.6 million deal with a max up to $15 million. Do we think the Chiefs are interested in doing that kind of contract? Like, when have the Chiefs ever signed that kind of contract for a 1-year veteran guy this late in the process? Not saying early on. I'm saying in June, July, August. When have they gone out and added possibly $15 million in salary into the salary cap? So I hear what you're saying about Bosa. I'd be a little surprised if that's the direction that they went. And I think you and I are on the same page. That is not what Cam Jordan is getting to play for the New Orleans Saints. He is signing a very, very team-friendly, very, very low salary cap kind of deal.
Let me ask you this, and I know the text line's about to fill up with, what about this guy? Do you think it is, let's do like World Cup type of betting, draw no bet?
I think they're done on defense.
I agree. Do you think, have you now pivoted around to my side? Do you think wide receiver is an option? Or do you
I don't think they're making another move.
Oh, wow. So you think they're done up until St. Joe?
Let me clarify. I don't think they are making another move that is outside them bringing back Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is the only move that they would make at this point.
Do you think that happens before camp? Because I don't think if Tyreek Hill happens, I think it's
just so hard to answer that. I'm not trying to answer the question. I'm just saying I have to understand Tyreek Hill's medicals, and I don't think any of us understand what his medical is. If it's August and Tyreek Hill can play football and they think that Tyreek can play week 1, then yes, I believe they're going to get Tyreek Hill. Is Tyreek Hill unable to perform? He would have been on the PUP list. He can come back in October. They are keeping an eye on Tyreek Hill, and they are going to spin that as we made a move at the deadline to go get Tyreek Hill. I can see that being a possibility too. But now that Cam Jordan is off the board, I do not see them making a move that would move the needle. Now, could they bring back somebody? Could they find Snead, but for the defensive line, somebody that they know, somebody that knows the system, and they want to throw them into the mix? Sure, they could possibly do that. But they are not going to get Clowney. They are not going to get Bosa. They obviously are not going to get Cam Jordan. We've already heard from Nate Taylor. They are not in on Stephon Diggs. I don't think they're getting Keenan Allen. I actually think Keenan Allen is going to go back to Los Angeles at some point. What makes sense to me. So the only other option then, if we're talking about a guy that you would hit the breaking news sounder for, it only leaves one person left. It leaves Tyreek Hill.
I guess I did not think of it that way. Now, you're right. It's impossible. It was an impossible question to ask, and I apologize because you don't know Tyreek Hill's health. But everything you hear is that Tyreek Hill is not he'll be playing football in August type of player. So I view him in a different category. He's essentially he's the same as DJ Humphries was when the Chiefs signed him. Remember they signed the left tackle is kind of that. If they sign him, I view it that way. I start to think they're done too. Because if Nate's right and they're out on Diggs, and if you're right and Keenan Allen's just waiting for the Chargers to offer, there is not a lot left that really is in the Chiefs' price range that I think makes them better.
Text line 913-586-7965. Just getting you guys' reaction. Cam Jordan, he has re-signed with the New Orleans Saints, and he's announced that this is going to be his last season playing in the National Football League. Let's get back to one of the top stories. We'll also get back to the World Cup here coming up in just a little bit. Here is Mike Tannenbaum of ESPN. Brandon Sorsby has been let go by Texas Tech. He is now eligible to compete in the National Football League, but he has to go through the supplemental draft first. Here is Mike Tannenbaum on teams that would possibly be interested in Brandon Sorsby.
Here's the fun part. There could be some non-obvious ones. So you have Cleveland, the Jets, Arizona, Miami. But how about teams like Minnesota, maybe Atlanta? What about Pittsburgh? What an unexpected opportunity if you could get past, the transgressions. You may have a young, talented quarterback for the next decade. So, look, Pittsburgh drafts Drew Aller, but, Aaron Rodgers is close to the end. So some team may be proactive, said this is an unexpected opportunity.
Again, if Brendan Sorsby had been in this draft, he would have gone before anyone even considered Drew Aller. Jeff, finish it up for me.
I think it's also important. You don't have to give up a lot. You could say, hey, we'll throw a 6th round in there and see what happens. Right. Every team gets to just decide what their bid is, and then the NFL will say, this team bid the most, they get him. I mean, you're going to have teams just saying, we'll throw a flyer in there.
That was Mike Tannenbaum. That was on ESPN. That was their opinion on Brendan Sorsby. I don't necessarily care where Brendan Sorsby goes in all of this. I do think that it is important. Brendan Sorsby should be allowed a pathway for redemption. My feelings on whether or not he should be allowed to play college football do not extend to whether or not he should have an opportunity to extend his career if that opportunity presents itself. Yes, one door to me should have been closed. You should not have the opportunity to continue to play college athletics if, while a college student, you bet on it. But I also do think this is important to note. He is a teenager. You're allowed a second chance. I don't think that has to define the rest of your life, has to define what your career is, especially if you are taking the steps to try to change. Now, I've never talked to Brandon Sorsby. I don't know the man. But if you were telling me he went to treatment and you were telling me that he is willing to continue to check in and do the things that he needs to do to try to move forward, I know we had a little bit of fun with him having the parental lock on his phone and them blocking out the gambling apps. But is he willing to continue to do that in the National Football League? Is he willing to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys and say, here, monitor my phone? I want you guys to see I'm not on these apps. I'm not participating in these apps. I want you guys to hold me accountable. There always, to me, has to be that path for young people. It always has to be that path for somebody who made a mistake early on in their life, and now they show you that they are taking the steps to try to earn and deserve a second chance. Now, I do think that Brandon Sorsby should be suspended heading into the National Football League. If they're going to suspend Terrell Pryor, you remember Terrell Pryor also went through the supplemental draft, and Terrell Pryor had a suspension entering the National Football League because of an NCAA violation, then Brandon Sorsby should have the exact same thing. And what he did is worse than what Terrell Pryor did. All Terrell Pryor did was exchange Ohio State memorabilia for free tattoos. I've got a helmet. I'll sign the helmet. I'll give you the helmet. Will you then give me the tattoos? He got suspended entering the National Football League for that. So if that is a suspension, is Brandon Sorsby willing to go through the same process? So if the league tells Brandon Sorsby they need to Spec distracted me. He was waving, and somebody must have.
Kylian Mbappe just scored.
Okay, Kylian Mbappe scored. Good for him. But back to the point that I was making. If Brendan Sorsby is willing to go through the steps and willing to show us that this is behind me, that this was a mistake that I made as a teenager, and now I'm an adult, I have learned, I've gotten treatment, and I'm ready to move forward with my life, I got absolutely no problem with Brendan Sorsby competing in the National Football League. I got no problem with Brendan Sorsby going to the CFL if that's where his career takes him. I do think he is going to play on an NFL team at some point. I don't know if he's going to be drafted, but we all know the block is kind of hot right now. But 6 months from now, a year from now, some NFL team is going to take a chance on Brandon Sorsby because he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. He was going to be drafted if he had played. I think he was going to be the best quarterback in the Big 12. They were going to make the college football playoff. He was going to play in some good games. The kid that I saw go into KU last year on Cincinnati and run around and make plays, that guy looks like he has a chance to compete in the NFL. Brendan Sorsby will be given a chance to compete in the National Football League. Now the question is he better? Has he healed himself? Is he redeemed, so to speak? And can he move forward now without incident?
I know you say you don't care about where he goes, but I think there is interest there for this reason. Is he going to go somewhere where he has a chance to compete for a starting job? Because the talent 100% exists. There's a reason why he was a $5 million reported player in the portal. Texas Tech had a chance to spend all that money on Sam Leavitt, who's now at LSU. They spent it on Brendan Sorsby. There's a reason that happened. It was all before we knew about his FanDuel addiction, but he is a great quarterback. So it interests me, and we can just disagree here about the interest, is where does he go? Is he the Jets a team that could be interested? Because the Jets don't have a starting quarterback, or they're trying to tank. Maybe Geno Smith, after 8 games, they're 2-6. So they turn to Sorsby and say, let's see if we need Arch Manning, or do we have you? Or is a team like the Cowboys, like the Giants, like the Seahawks, who has kind of an established starter, a guy that is a clear 1A, going to take a risk on Sorsby and say, take a year off, worry about only football, stay away from the apps. We hope maybe one day you can turn into something. I agree he's going to get drafted in the supplemental draft. Rounds 4, 5, 6, or 7, somebody's going to take a chance on him. I'm just curious if it's a team that thinks he can start in 2026 or a team that is trying to rehab him and maybe have him be a starter in 27 or beyond.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that. I really don't have the answer to that. I do think he is going to be suspended upon entering the National Football League. I think the league kind of has to do that. I think the league has to give him a suspension.
Can they do that?
I mean,
how would they go about doing that?
They did it to Terrell Pryor, who did not violate any laws, did not break any laws. They suspended Terrell Pryor.
Now that was for, I guess that was, it wasn't, he didn't get suspended for the tattoos though.
He did.
He got suspended for the tattoos?
Yeah, he got suspended.
That's crazy. That's a time and
he got suspended. See, like this part to me, like I strongly disagree. C-Dot, why does he deserve to do anything football related? He broke college rules and then tried to destroy the college system. He should be banned from professional football across all sports. Go get a job at Home Depot. Yes, he broke college rules, but we don't have that stance for everybody that's broken college rules before. If you received payment in college before you were supposed to, should you be banned from playing professional sports? I don't think you should be banned from playing professional sports. I also don't think that Brandon Sorsby tried to destroy the college system. He used the legal system. That's all he did. All he did was, I don't agree with you. I am going to file a petition in court, and the court agreed with him. So, again, we're all allowed to feel differently on this, but I don't think it's healthy or practical to tell 18, 19, 20-year-old people, you did something wrong, now we should banish you and you are unredeemable. I just don't think that helps. So again, to me, it's all about what steps are you taking to try to prevent this from happening again. So someone asked the question, who's to say he won't have 2 cell phones then? Well, if Brandon Sorsby gets caught at a professional, you know the rules going into it now. Hey, it's a 0 tolerance policy in the National Football League. There is no court injunction that is going to save you. If you are a member of the New York Jets and you gamble on the National Football League in any capacity, you are done here. There is no wiggle room in that. You can't stop somebody from themselves. If you want to jeopardize everything you got because you got to play the under on NFL, the NFL doesn't even care if you bet on the other sports. The only NFL rules are you cannot gamble at the facility. You can't gamble on the National Football League. There is absolutely nothing from stopping Patrick Mahomes from going to the Knicks game, Knicks and Spurs, and betting on the Knicks to win. That is within the rules. So, I never cared that Brandon Sorsby is a gambler. He is not the only person in the NFL that is gambling on games. He is not the only person in the NFL that's participating in gambling. He is not even close to the only person that's participating. There is one rule that you cannot break. And I hope that Brandon Sorsby, if you are really healed, if you really learn from all of this, I hope you understand the severity of it. I think it's a short leash across everything. Like, if Brandon Sorsby gets a DUI, in my opinion, you're done. They're not firing everybody for getting a DUI. But, man, we gave you a second chance, and this is how you do the second chance. Yeah, you're out of here. But we've seen people turn out on the other side. Like, the Chiefs made the right decision by bringing Kareem Hunt back. Kareem Hunt did something pretty reprehensible. Kareem Hunt, in my opinion, took the steps to show that he was changed. He got a second chance. He made the most of his opportunity. I always want to be a people that believes in that.
I looked this up. I think what will happen to Sorsby when he enters the league is he'll get what happened to Calvin Ridley. Come here, Calvin Ridley got suspended for betting on NFL parlays. He put around $1,500 on NFL parlays during his time where he was out for the Atlanta Falcons. He was suspended basically indefinitely. For basically an entire season, Calvin Ridley was suspended. I think that's what's going to end up happening to Brendan Sorsby. You did the same thing that Calvin Ridley did. It just wasn't on NFL games. I don't think he's going to get a full season, but I think he's going to get suspended, which then leads to the I wonder who takes the risk conversation. I don't think the Chiefs, if the Chiefs hadn't drafted Nussmeier, I would have been interested, but someone is 1,000% taking a risk on him next week in the supplemental draft.
Someone on the text line says, why is this any different than Pete Rose if you haven't already talked about him? Pete Rose would have been reinstated if Pete Rose hadn't lied about it for 30 years. If Pete Rose had done what I think Brandon Sorsby did, I think we have a very different conversation about the last 15 years of Pete Rose's life. Pete Rose kept saying, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, even though all of the evidence said that he do it. Pete Rose was the kid who put his who put his hand in the cookie jar, ate the cookie, had chocolate chips all over his face, and then said, I didn't eat the cookies. What are you talking about? Yes, you did. I think that's very different than what Brendan Sorsby has done. Brendan Sorsby also did this as a 19-year-old teenager. Pete Rose did this as the manager, fully grown adult on the team. I don't think this situation's close to what happened with Pete Rose. Again, I understand people might be on the other side. I always think that we need to have room and redemption, especially for young people that make mistakes. I made mistakes when I was 18, 19 years old. You made mistakes at 18, 19 years old. I just don't think we should live in a society where you mess up at 20 years old and no one was harmed. You didn't kill anybody. No one was harmed in it. And now we've taken away your livelihood for all of that. That seems cruel and unusual to me. That seems extreme for what he is guilty of. I thought exactly. He should not play college football. You cannot be a member of the NCAA and bet on NCAA teams. He did that. He is out. But should he have a chance to play in the NFL? If an NFL team will hire him, absolutely he should have a chance to play in the National Football League. Keep it right here. It's The Drive on 96.5 The Fan.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is out here changing the game. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off, and that means your bet goes with them. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. Your bet stays alive, keeping you in the action longer. So if you're still in it until the final whistle, Super Sub covers the entire game, including extra time. So visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Look for the yellow Super Sub icon on the game page and the My Bets page. If your player leaves the match due to substitution or an injury, your bet will automatically transfer to the substitute who replaces that player. So go to FanDuel.com/local. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Mia from the Winnings Desk. Every Missouri lottery ticket helps support Missouri public education. Over $8 billion and counting. I was going to list every school, but yeah, there's over 2,400 of them. See the full list at molottery.com/education. Play it forward and play responsibly.
Come score the shirt with 96.5 The Fan as we'll be in the Lightwell office building at 11th and Main in downtown KC Mo every Wednesday between 11 and 1 during the World Soccer Championship, giving away shirts, gift cards, and more. Lightwell, managed by Area, owned by Samara Road.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match results bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in Ontario, Pennsylvania, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. New and existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel, must be present in a state where it's legal to wager.
Join us for Parlays and Pints with Mac Morey and Drew Nixon at Beckett's in the Crossroads on Saturday, June 20th from 3 to 5 as we broadcast live along with our friends at Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. CircusSports.com. 96.5 The Fan.
This report is brought to you by CM Mose & Son, HVAC, Plumbing, and Electrical Services. CMMoseandSon.com.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at CM Mose & Son. Coming to terms with a dying AC unit is tough. If you need to replace your AC, visit CMMoseandSon.com to schedule your free estimate. CM Mose & Son. License 202919. Terms and conditions apply.
Come score the shirt with 96.5 The Fan as we'll be in the Lightwell office building at 11th and Main in downtown KC Mo every Wednesday between 11 and 1 during the World Soccer Championship, giving away shirts, gift cards, and more. Lightwell, managed by Area, owned by Samara Road. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
So we've got the crash near downtown. 35 northbound past West Penway. Right lane is blocked. 2-car crash now. 69 northbound as you approach 435. That's in the right lane. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome to your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Yeah, let's put a bow on this Brendan Sorsby thing, and then I want to move on here. Text line 913-586-7965. So we're talking about Brendan Sorsby. I am all for Brendan Sorsby getting another opportunity in the National Football League. I do not think he should have been allowed to continue to play college football. College football has kind of made that decision. He is now entering the NFL supplemental draft, and we are trying to see what teams could potentially land him. One thing is for sure, a team is not going to use a first-round pick on Brendan Sorsby, but a late-round pick, I could certainly see a team roll the dice on a very, very talented player, and this is the definition of buying low. This is the absolute definition of you can get a quarterback that probably would have been a second-round pick. You can get him for a 6th or a 7th-round pick. Here's Adam Schefter.
So that's why I don't think anybody will use a 1 on him, despite the fact that he probably would have had a first-round grade this past year.
All right.
I think once we get past the first round, I think any round is possible.
Yeah, I just want to read these two texts here and we can move on from this. C-Dot, nobody is saying you should take his livelihood away. He made his own mistakes like other people do, but they have to pivot and do something else. You don't deserve millions of dollars when most people will never see any kind of money like that in their lives. That doesn't matter to me. Like, I mean, one of the reasons Brandon Sorsby is going to be given opportunity is he is really good at his job. And if you get really good at your job, people are usually willing to forgive you for those things. But I don't think that this one mistake should now mean that he can't work in his profession for the rest of his life. I just don't really think that's very fair. Someone else replied, C-Dot, how much sense does it make what you were saying? This is the number one cardinal rule in college or professional sports. No, gambling, period. There are no second chances. You have a college education. Go use it. Nobody said you should go to prison. No one said you can never have another job again. That's the part. We agree with you. That is the number one overall rule. But just at the core of it, it sounds really weird to me to say that it would be better for Brendan Sorsby career chances in the National Football League if he had struck a woman while he was in college and gambled on his own team. Does that not sound a little bit odd to everybody? We know NFL players have been given other opportunities after hitting women. We have video of it. Have you guys seen the Joe Mixon video? The Joe Mixon video is he is standing inside of a Pickleman's. He is standing inside of Pickleman. A girl comes up to him. They start having some argument. I don't know what they are arguing about. There's no audio. He just stands there and punches her in the face. Joe Mixon went on to have a very successful NFL career and has been a pretty decent running back. So I don't know if the message we should be sending kids either is, well, if you're going to make a mistake, there's some mistakes that you can make and 100% be continued to give opportunities. But if you do this one thing, under no circumstances will we ever give you another chance to compete. That just sounds backwards to me. Why would it have been backwards, or why would it be allowed for Brandon Sorsby to continue to play professional football if he had pushed a woman down the stairs like Dorial Green-Beckham did when he was at Mizzou? Dorial Green-Beckham pushed a girl down the stairs. That's why he ultimately got kicked off the team and then became a second-round pick. I'm all for consequences. I'm all for, hey, you did the crime, you do the time. I'm all for that. But again, if we're now going to have the zero tolerance policy when it comes to 19 to 21-year-old, when it comes to mistakes that they make early in their life, that seems very, very backwards to me and the opposite of the message that we should be trying to preach. You make a mistake, if you're willing to go to anger management and do the things that you need to do to show that you are redeemed and move forward, I'm willing to give you another chance to prove us all wrong and that you can change and that you can be different. And some people make the most out of that second opportunity. And some people end up messing up the second opportunity. And then you got to move on and you got to do something different. But we have to be a society that believes in second chances, that has to be open to the possibility of redemption. At least that is my stance when it comes to all of these things. Coming up at the top of the hour, funny enough, speaking of second chances, let's talk about Rashee Rice. That video that he has right now on the internet is crazy to me. We'll talk about that here coming up in just a little bit. But Rob, let's talk about the World Cup now that it is here. We have the defending World Cup champion, Argentina. We also have Algeria here. How are you feeling? I saw a tweet from Sporting Kansas City that 4 years ago today, we found out that Kansas City was getting a World Cup game. So now fast forward 4 years later, an entire Olympic cycle, we are now hosting our first World Cup game. How are you feeling about today?
First off, a little quick update for people. France has now scored twice. They're starting to pull away from Senegal. They might put a third one in here. And our tournament scoreboard updates are brought to you by Surfside. Made with real vodka and zero bubbles. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside. Must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly. As far as tonight goes, I'm excited because the city's excited. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be excited if this match was in Qatar like it was 4 years ago. I'd be excited like this if this match was in Russia like it was 8 years ago. I like the World Cup. I like soccer. I like seeing soccer at the highest level. It is a fun time for me no matter what. But it has been a lot of fun for me over the last 24 hours to see Mill Creek fill up with Argentina fans, to see Lawrence embrace Algeria. I was watching KMBZ 9 News. We played the report earlier from Jackson Kurtz. People were all over the crossroads just partying in the streets getting ready for this match today. I saw a video earlier, FanFest, when they opened the doors today at 1 o'clock. It wasn't, Flow Rida Day over at FanFest. It wasn't some Sheryl Crow big musical act, let's line up. These were just Argentinian soccer fans who wanted to be a part of what's happening in Kansas City. So over the last 24 hours, as the city has got more excited, I have become more and more excited over a match that, generally speaking, wouldn't really tickle my fancy all that much, but it has risen in interest because it's at Arrowhead Stadium.
I'm not comparing it to the World Series because our level of investment in the World Series is very different than it is with the World Cup. But if you remember, during that time frame, Rob, you and I both, and I think everybody knew, hey, this isn't something that happens all the time. The Royals are not going to 7 of these in our lifetime. The Royals are going to 1 of these in our lifetime, so we better enjoy it. Now, I didn't know the Royals were going to go to 2 in our lifetime and in back-to-back kind of seasons, but I think everybody understood. I think everybody got it that, hey, this is something that you need to be a part of. This is something that you need to enjoy. Enjoy the ride. We would always say the Royals losing 9-1. Oh, you got to enjoy the ride. Well, they just lost. We can't talk about how they lost. What are you saying to me? I want everybody to enjoy what this is because when it's gone, I'm going to guess we never get the World Cup again. The United States, I mean, it's not like it happens every year. I mean, the last one was in 1994. We didn't get the World Cup again until 2026. So a pretty big gap in the middle. And then you just think about all of the cities that are competing. I mean, there's going to be some cities that are going to get it again. New York will host the World Cup again. Los Angeles will host the World Cup again. Dallas will host it again. There's probably 5 cities that will for sure get it the next time. But one of the reasons why it was so special that Kansas City got it is there's that next tier of cities. There's like 13 cities that are competing for this. The next time this thing comes around, Chicago is going to have a brand new stadium that's not in the heart of downtown, that's just going to have more room, more space. Chicago's a bigger city than Kansas City is. Las Vegas didn't get the World Cup this time. Denver didn't get the World Cup. They're about to build a brand new stadium. So it's just going to be so much competition for this thing to happen. There's certainly no guarantee that the World Cup once again comes to Kansas City. So if you got a chance to go to a watch party, go to one of the watch parties. If you got a chance to go to one of the games, go to one of the games. You will never have another opportunity, in my opinion, realistically, to say that in your hometown where you grew up, you had a chance to go to the World Cup. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, let's talk about Rashee Rice. He is no longer locked up. We'll get to it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
Your off-season home for everything Chiefs football.
Talking about the top story, the Chiefs, they have a new offensive coordinator.
96.5, The Fan. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
So we've got the crash near downtown, 35 northbound past West Penway. Right lane is blocked. 2-car crash now, 69 northbound as you approach 435. That's in the right lane. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
My friends over at Gates Barbecue, the World Soccer Championship is in town, and I want you to celebrate some world-class barbecue with our friends over at Gates Barbecue. With 5 locations around town, you are never too far away from that classic taste. We got a lot of visitors in Kansas City, and I want you to show them the best barbecue that we got. So be sure you take them to Gates. Get them that small party tray. Get them that large party tray. Maybe you plan on going to one of the games that we have over the next few weeks. Maybe you're going out there. Take yourself a presidential platter. Also, while you're at the grocery store, make sure you pick up some of their sauce. Make sure you pick up some of their seasons. Maybe you plan on grilling at the house to watch one of these games. Certainly a nice addition to whatever you are doing in the kitchen. My name is Carrington Harrison, and I'm here to tell you about my friends over at Gates Barbecue.
Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Don't let your garage door fumble this summer. Score big with our Renner Garage Door Summer Tune-Up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
luck. It's Chris Mack with the Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's a double elimination day in Omaha with a couple of rematches on tap, and I like a repeat performance in the afternoon game with West Virginia heavy favorites at minus 235 over Troy on the money line. In the nightcap, we get two of the more offensively talented teams in the field, Texas and Georgia, meeting for a second time with a massive total of 14.5 runs. Parlay those two, you'll get plus 185, a whole lot of offense, and two more teams going home by the end of the day. So yeah, I'll take those country roads and some scoreboard fireworks for a near 2-to-1 parlay today as the field gets whittled down by two more teams in Omaha. That's it for this Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Missouri only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Sun Cruiser is the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the U.S. Open and U.S. Women's Open. We're excited to bring our vodka iced teas and lemonades to golfers and drinkers everywhere, and support these two prestigious championships and their fans with a refreshing Sun Cruiser vodka iced tea. Crisp, clean, and no carbonation for the perfect sipper on the course. Join us for the U.S. Open watch party with special giveaways on June 18th and 19th at Minsky's locations. Visit Odyssey.com/965thefan for details. Please drink responsibly.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Join 96.5 The Fan at the Peanut in Belton on Friday, June 19th as Bink and Logan broadcast live starting at 11 with kickoff to follow at 2 o'clock. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Welcome back into the show. My name is Carrington Harrison. Very happy to be here with you. Earlier today, we were joined by Mackenzie Nelson. Rob, if you can just cut a little 5-minute chunk of that, I want to play it for you. She is on her way to the game later today, so I want you guys to hear from somebody who is planning on going out to Kansas City Stadium. It's very weird to call it that. I know that some of you are probably going out there. Congratulations. I saw the ticket market. Rob, the ticket market has done almost the exact opposite of what you and I thought it was going to do. We thought there was a chance that the bottom could potentially fall out for some of these. If anything, it is going in the exact opposite direction. You and I ended up getting tickets for $140 we ended up seeing tickets for. Those tickets I got now are going for $600. I might not even go to the game anymore. I don't want to go that bad. I want to go that bad to the World Cup. No, I'm going to keep him. I want to go, but goodness gracious, I had no clue. We thought there was a chance that we could find a couple of deals. There have been no deals to spot in all of this. We'll get back to the World Cup. Argentina is here. Algeria is here, and they are having a time in Kansas City.
Everywhere you look, you can feel it. The energy from Argentinian football fans.
It's great. It's like being at home. You know, we got so many Argentinians. We're taking over the city.
Taking over the Plaza's Mill Creek Park. These fans came to KC from Argentina and all over the world.
There's no word to explain what we feel about Argentina. It's something that you have to feel. This singing.
By plane, car, or walking for 6 months, like our friend with the World Cup trophy here.
6 months.
Fans made it to KC by any means. As for how fans think the team will do in this year's World Cup, well, that's easy to guess.
For Messi to have another World Cup, it will be just great.
Now the party here goes until 11 o'clock tonight, but then after that tomorrow, it's all game day. It's soccer time, so they're going to focus on that tomorrow and enjoy it. 11 at Crossroads tonight. Jackson Kurtz, KBC 9 News.
We'll get back to the World Cup here in a little bit, but I wanted to play that for you. A lot of excitement right now about the World Cup. I promise you we'll get back to it. So there was a video that came across the timeline today, and the video is honestly very ridiculous on both sides. So Rashee Rice, as you know, he was released from jail. Now, this is why I think it's silly on all sides. We all have seen videos of someone either leaving the jail or leaving the police station. You know the media is going to be there. Now, I'm going to tell you where I think the media was wrong here, because they certainly played a part in how ridiculous this was too, but we all know that the media is going to show up to these things for the perp walk. Boy, do they love getting your perp walk on the evening news. So on one side of this, I'm thinking, why do the Chiefs not have somebody there? Why does Rashee Rice not have an attorney or somebody there? So after he is done signing his release from jail, there is a person right there and communicating he is not speaking to the media right now. We have no comment. This is just PR 101. One day they will fire me from this job. And I'm telling you immediately, I'm not going to work in any other city. I don't need to. I've had a great run doing sports talk. So whenever the end is, it's the end. I will go work for these companies and give them PR advice because I know how the media works. I know what content gets clicks and what draws people's interest. You have to know that somebody is going to be there. So the fact that Rashee Rice doesn't have anybody there is a misstep by his handlers. I'm guessing he's paying them a lot of money or has paid them a lot of money. The video, he looks so stupid. If you have not seen the video, he signs himself out of prison. He starts walking backwards so they can't get his face on the news. He is moonwalking, like he is auditioning for the sequel to Michael. He starts walking backwards, and then when he gets to the door, he just takes off running like Temple Run. And then the media, they look equally as goofy. They start running and trotting behind him. And listen to this to let you know how ridiculous it is. Rashee Rice speeds off at the end of the video. Rashee Rice, who is in this situation because of a traffic incident, then commits another traffic infraction. It is so stupid on all sides. He looked like a kid that just stole Skittles from Quick Trip. He has his big hoodie on. It's over his head. His hands are in his pocket. He's walking backwards. And all of a sudden, when he gets to the door at the Quick Trip, he opens the door and then takes off running. And then the employees chase him until they can't chase him anymore. He looks goofy. Now, I don't know why in this situation, Rashee Rice just can't stand up with his head up, walks out of there normal, like everybody else would walk out normal, and just say, I'm not talking to the media right now. And they will ask you a bunch of questions, as the media usually does. I'm not answering any questions. And then you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything else. You don't. Stop talking. Just leave. You don't have to speed off. Just leave. It just shows continued immaturity from Rashee Rice at almost every single turn. I'm not telling you that the media was perfect here. I think it's kind of corny. I'm not interested in chasing anybody around. What are we doing here? You've already commuted. Your entire body language is that you are not talking to me. So I'm going to chase you so I can ask you questions you won't answer? Just seems like it's nonsense to me. But this is where I'll be critical of the media here. There is a game that is playing. We all know the game. I know the game. You know the game. I know what works. I know what gets you guys riled up. I have a good understanding of what's going to go viral and what's not going to go viral. So in this moment, I'm trying to catch you to say something silly. I'm trying to catch you to do something dumb. This video was originally released from TMZ. You know the game at this point. You should know the game at this point. But at almost every single turn, Rashee Rice shows he has no self-awareness when it comes to this kind of stuff. This within itself is really not that big of a deal. It's kind of small. The same way that smoking weed is actually kind of small. It's just the thought process and the decision-making behind it just shows that you just routinely do not make good decisions and just don't show signs of maturity and or growth. The video looks so... Every person in that video looks goofy to me. Rashee Rice looks goofy. The people chasing Rashee Rice look... Everything about the people involved in this incident, they look like straight goofballs to me. I cannot believe this. This is wild to me. Wild to me that you would do something like this. It's so bad. I don't know why you just can't walk out with your head up. I'm not speaking to the media. I'm not talking, and just walk. We all have seen these situations before. The camera's right there in front of you. Hey, Rashee, what do you think about? No questions. No, he's not talking to you guys. And just walk to the car. But no, he looks like honestly, he looks like a 12-year-old that just stole something from Foot Locker. It's so bad. That's who the Chiefs are counting on. He's their number one receiver. He might be their best offensive player. They need him. At least he's out. Good luck to Rashee Rice, man. I don't want to spend this whole time. We don't have a whole lot of time in this segment. I don't want to spend this whole time beating him down. But if you watch the video, please tell me that I'm wrong in how I have broken down the video. Please tell me if you think I've said something inaccurate. It is on TMZ right now. You can go on there. You can see this video. He looks nuts. They look nuts. Everybody in this video looks crazy. Rob, when was the last time that you walked backwards in a building? What's the last time you walked backwards? When's the last time that you ran away from other grown men? It's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's wild to me. Somebody says, CDOT, it's not a good look, but let's not act like he was driving. I don't know if he was driving or not. He wasn't driving? I don't know. Was he not driving? If he wasn't driving, I apologize.
I don't know if he was or wasn't driving.
I know the text line is saying he wasn't driving. I don't know if he was driving or not driving. I honestly have absolutely no clue if he was driving or not driving. I just assumed that he was the one driving the car, but I could be wrong, so I apologize.
Even if he wasn't, you're jumping into a car that's speeding away when you got a traffic violation. Yeah. Like, if he wasn't driving, it still shows a lack of awareness in Madden. Speck pointed out earlier when he saw the video, whoever's driving, whether it be Rice or a friend of his, speeds right through a crosswalk. It's like, what are you doing?
It's just silly. It really is. Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not trying to be funny. I promise we can move on from this. I promise. I don't want to talk about Rashee Rice's personal life for the rest of the summer. I don't want to talk about this video past today. I don't want to talk about his girlfriend. I don't want to talk about his social media. I don't want to have any conversation about Rashee Rice. Right now, everything on the Chiefs front is quiet. Rob, is there any contract the Chiefs are negotiating? Are we expecting anybody to sign a new contract in the next 30 days for the Chiefs? The next 45 days with the Chiefs? Everybody has been paid that needs to be paid. Is there anybody that we need to be discussing? All the options have been picked up. The only Chiefs news that we need over the next 45 days is about Travis Kelce getting married and updates on Patrick Mahomes' health. I don't need to hear. There should be no other Chiefs news. If there is other Chiefs news, it's because somebody is not doing what they need to be doing. It's because some nonsense or foolishness is happening. I want a quiet summer. I want it to be boring. I want the ratings to be bad in July because ain't nothing going on. The only thing we should be talking about is the Royals trade deadline and soccer and hypothetical Chiefs questions. That should be it. We should be talking about nothing else. I hope that's what we get. I want it to be a boring, nothing happening, watching paint dry. Rob, we are stretched for content. That's what I want July to be.
I mean, that's the dream every summer, but Rashee Rice has made our job, let's talk about his personal life energy, which I really, really hate.
Text line 913-586-7965. You can clearly see him in the back seat. I got you. If he wasn't driving, I apologize. I don't know who was driving the car or not driving the car. Maybe somebody else was driving the car. They sped off. Everything about it looked bad. I want to apologize to Rashee Rice for one thing that maybe you didn't do, and I apologize for attributing it to you. If you were not the one that did it, my bad. I apologize. You did walk out of the place backwards and then ran out like you stole something out of Macy's. So, I mean, you did do those things. So you at least checked 2 of the 3 boxes. Maybe you didn't check all 3 of the boxes. All right, I want to play a little bit of this. We had Mackenzie Nelson. Oh, my bad. We got a sponsor. My bad, Rob.
Your workday is over.
Oh, yeah, we do have a sponsor.
You're headed home, and now you're stuck in traffic. Time to get caught up on the biggest stories in Kansas City and around the country with CDOT and Rob. It's time for The Hits. Number 1.
Carrington, the Hits have a sponsor again. They are brought to you by Jungle Law. Call the lawman at Jungle Law, 816-816-9111. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, it's time to call the lawman and watch the lawman get roasted for a good cause Saturday, August 1st at the historic Uptown Theater.
All right, I want to play this, the best of. We had Mackenzie Nelson on the show earlier today. She is going to be out at Kansas City Stadium for the first ever World Cup game played in Kansas City. We asked her if she's noticed a buzz over the last 24 hours.
Feel like up until today, I've seen fans because I've gone out to the trainings or I've been at different events that, the national teams have hosted. But aside from that, if you're just out and about your normal life, you're not running into a ton of fans unless you're in specific places around town. Obviously, the Fan Fest area and then the Plaza last night, but the Power and Light District too. I would say those are like the main places that we've seen a lot of fans. But outside of the area, I don't know if you're just like running into fans in your day-to-day routine or life. But last night, seeing them at Mill Creek Park was pretty cool. I mean, they just took over the plaza, and the amount of Argentinian fans that I've seen compared to Algeria is just night and day different.
Take us through the scene of what it's like. I wasn't down there, but I saw it on social media. It looked very vibrant. Like, these people seem very excited about being here. They seem very excited about watching their team. Take us through the experience last night.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to stay long. I just kind of passed through it on my way to my other assignment. But, I mean, the excitement is insane. And when you look at the other day, too, when we had the tornado sirens going off, fans were just still continuing to have fun. Like, they were in the parking garages taking cover playing soccer. Like, all these videos have been online everywhere. But nothing's going to ruin their excitement. Nothing's going to ruin their fun. And for Argentina, I mean, you have possibly the greatest soccer player of all time. Obviously, that's up for debate between whoever you are cheering for. But Lionel Messi is about to, have his 6th World Cup appearance tonight. And so the Argentinian fans, they're just everywhere, and they're having so much fun, and nothing's going to ruin this moment for them. I mean, the excitement, the experience of being in Kansas City, knowing what's at stake, they could repeat as champions for the first time. I think it'd be in like 60 years.
Right now, we're talking to Mackenzie Nelson. She is with KSHB 41. She will be at the game coming up later today, Kansas City's first World Cup game between Argentina and Algeria. You've got a chance to go to the practices. What is it like to be at Argentina's practice? What is it like to be that close to Lionel Messi?
First of all, it's insane. The amount of media that are here for Argentina. I mean, we think going to a Super Bowl is tons and tons of media or just like on another level. This is nothing I've ever seen before. The amount of media that are here, and also something that stood out is the media is allowed to wear Argentina jerseys, which completely threw me because, you know, we would never be caught dead doing that or we would get our credential revoked. But, I mean, it's just insane the amount of media that are here to cover this team. And then Messi doesn't do interviews. He will not be at the podium. They will give you anybody else but him. And, you know, their practices, we only got to shoot 15 minutes of it. And they are on their own time. If practice is at 5 o'clock, don't expect them to come out at 5 o'clock. And in those 15 minutes, you may or may not see him. But we did get to see him at the training we were at. It was very cool. I mean, he even waved, said, like, hello to everybody. And the fact that he was that close, I think, is a little bit of that starstruck feeling. You're like, wow, okay, we've seen him, though, when he played for Inter Miami at Arrowhead a couple of years ago. So I've seen him before, but I've never been that close to him. And then to see the media from Argentina that cover this team and cover him often, like, they look starstruck. It's just insane. And I had been to Algeria's practice. I'd been to the Netherlands, and the amount of media that was at Argentina was at least 5 times more.
What are you expecting today? Because the analogy that I'll give is I remember the first parade with the Kansas City Royals. I'd seen championship parades, but I had never experienced one. I had absolutely no clue, and it just blew my mind what that day was actually like. We've heard so much about the World Cup. We've been talking about it. We've been anticipating. I don't think any of us really fully understood the scope of what this could be until yesterday and just seeing those videos. What are you expecting going into the stadium today?
You know, there's no tailgating. FIFA isn't allowing tailgating, so it'll be nothing like a Chiefs game when we're out there. But I do expect tons of fans lining up, cheering. We're going to hear chants and cheers we've never heard before, and I think it's just going to be a massive amount of fans taking over. Obviously, I think there will be way more Argentinian fans than Algeria. But when I was in Lawrence, Algeria did have a really good turnout. They did an open community session, and they had tons of fans come in and watch their practice. So I actually don't know, you know, what the ratio is going to be between Algeria, Argentina fans tonight, but I do know it's going to be loud, maybe even louder than a Chiefs game.
That was Mackenzie Nelson joining us earlier on the show. Mackenzie is going to the game later today. We'll catch up with her as the World Cup continues to progress. She is one of the few people that got credentialed for this thing. Rob tried to get credentialed. They told him no. They said, no, thank you, Rob.
That was a fun conversation. Me and the boss were like, we went all through hoops, had to put our passports in, did all this work to get credentialed. No thanks. Pass.
Our was told us only 2 people at 41 that got credentialed for the whole thing.
They've been very tight, is what
that's what I was
think
told.
Fox.
That's why we have Mackenzie on. She's one of the 2 people.
I think Fox 4 got a couple more because it's on Fox.
Because it's on Fox, yeah, for sure. No, it makes sense.
But they're in the media a little tight over there at FIFA.
My stance on this, I think, has been very, very clear. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, Rob. My stance on this has been very, very clear. I am not going to pretend to be the biggest soccer fan in the world for the next 5 weeks. I am not the biggest soccer fan in the world. Have I enjoyed the World Cup? Absolutely. Have I been watching it? Have I been following? Have I been betting on it? Sure, of course. I love Kansas City. I want to see Kansas City win in every single scenario. I know we joke around, but it doesn't matter to me if it's the Kansas side or the Missouri side. I want us all to win, especially on this global scale and us getting attention that we never get. So seeing people who are not from here, who will likely never return to Kansas City, seeing them have a good time, seeing them bring their culture to our city, us getting an opportunity to observe their culture, them getting to try our barbecue, see our landmarks, and appreciate our city and see it through our lens for a couple of weeks, that's really, really cool to me. I'm excited to go down to Fan Fest. I'm excited to actually be able to attend one of these World Cup games and see all of the pomp and circumstance for myself. This is just really, really cool. We just don't get a lot of opportunities like this as a city and as a region We've had local events that are really big. We've had national events here. We've had an all-star game here. We've hosted the World Series here before. We've had parades. This is a international event. This is a worldwide, everybody is watching kind of event. And maybe, there's a chance that Lionel Messi is the greatest living athlete. Maybe it's Michael Jordan. It's a real short list of people that are in that conversation. He is playing in his final World Cup, and that journey starts here in Kansas City. It might end in Kansas City if things end up going correctly, depending on how the tournament could potentially break down. So I think that's really cool. I'm excited about watching it tonight. I'll be watching it. I know a lot of you are going to be watching. I'm excited to see what the ratings look like for the World Cup in Kansas City. We will be back tomorrow after the Royals game. The Royals have a day game tomorrow, so we'll be back. I appreciate